Are we good? Hello again. Seems to be holding. Yep. YouTube looks good. Connection looks good. Holding on. Good bit rate. Please stop telling me about video buffering. Thank you. So if you're in chat, let me know if it's freezing or not. I don't think it is. But do let me know if that happens. It's weird. Maybe I was just using this computer for the whole day and I was playing on it for a while and then I don't know. It's weird that I have to just turn it off and on again like good old IT service and it just magically works. It's not the internet, I know, because I tested it before I started. I had good connection. It's just OBS like freaks out the first time. No idea why. Hold on, I have to bring chat up again. And I'll turn off the music in a second. About here you go. Now you stay on the right and you stay on the left. And hi Cyber Sathi. Looks fine? Awesome. Put this to live chat on YouTube because I don't know why it's not a default. It's crazy. Alright, I think we're good. Took a second, but we made it. No, as I was saying before everything went to crap. We have been making good progress on the tax input, which I didn't thought possible until recently. And today I'm hoping I can just close that chapter because I do want to start a new project before the holidays, which is next week. I don't know what my schedule is going to be next week during the holidays. I'm thinking about just taking a break for like a week or so, but I'm still considering it since I do want to start that new project before next year. So I will let you know. I will update my schedule if I decide on something. And yeah, let's keep working on this tax input and see if we can either make more good progress today or even finish it. Let's see. First things first, I'm going to pull up the tutorial again because I am going to need that for a while. Oh, new ginger pale video. Oh, I'm going to watch that at dinner. Let's see, where was it? History maybe? No, it was, let me look for it again. React tax input. And here it is. Let me double check the audio. Yeah. If it's too low, if the video is too low for you, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just keep it on that volume. I can hear it fine. I just lower the audio on your end so that it's not too distracting. And I think the last thing we did, let me go and double check here. Hello. Oh, Vit. VM run dev. Course. Example. Yeah. All fine. Cool. Example. Not logging as myself. All right. So we managed to get a list of of tags like this. I just need to make sure that this list looks good. And I think that's the next part that he's going to do. Just make sure that this looks like a pop under or like a pop-up, like a drop down actually. And we are able to select tags if we want. We just need to also make sure that we can't select the same tag twice and that this button will be disabled or even not even showing, I believe. Same like that. Also, we need to implement the X button to remove that tag. So a lot of work today. Let's get going.
Look at that. Look at all those things. We actually added prop types twice.
Yes, I know.
To avoid doing that next time, down in the button, let's add a disabled property. So all we want to do here is just disable the button if the um, if the package already exists in the tags. And since I save the tags as a array of npm packages, then it'll be a one-to-one match. If you save your tags as strings, then it's a little bit more code. So there you go. Shoulda done what I did. And if you did do what I did,
Wait, am I saving? I'm saving the tags as what? I don't even remember. Hold on. Or post form JSX. Am I saving? I think I'm saving objects. I'm just not typing them, like giving them types as it's doing. But I am saving. Where is it? Let me get rid of this code. We're not going to use it anymore. So select tag. This is what happens. Select the tags. Yeah, I'm just adding a tag, and a tag is actually an object. An object that comes as a prop initially. Yes. We just put it in search results. Iterate over search results. Where is it? Select it here. So iterate over search results, and then we send that tag when we click on it. So it is going to be an object. So hopefully it's going to be similar to what he is going to do. I'm not sold on the disabled approach. I would rather not have the tag show up in the list, but we're going to start with disable and see if we can improve on that.
I'm sorry, you'll find more bugs in the future. So we're going to say disabled is, this is just going to be like a true or false. So we'll say if tags dot includes
Huh?
the package. So we do that and we save.
That easy. All right. Shouldn't be a problem then. So when we are, okay, so we're going to do pretty much the same thing. Going to add a disabled here. And the condition is search result. No, wait. What's the order? How did he do it? He's comparing tags, and tags include the current tag. Hmm. So if selected tags, which is my array, includes the current tag, that means that the button will be disabled. Let's see if that is true. Yeah, it is. Okay, so we're fine. So we are preventing the selection of the same tag. Can we prevent it from even showing actually? Instead of just saying button, Hmm. Let me see if we can conditionally render the button using this same um, check. Maybe we do something like selected tags includes tag, but we actually have to negate this. I don't think it's letting me do it. Or maybe it will. So basically, if the selected tags does not include the current tag, then show the content. So to do that, we use this technique and then we are going to move this button in here. It's not liking the use of selected tags like this. Why not? Oh, maybe. Okay, I have an idea. So back it up a little. Instead of doing it there, here is the return of the map. So what we can do is we can use it here. So selected tags includes tag, and then we do the and then we return that. I think. So that means we still need to negate this. Let's remove the disabled for now. Let's see if that works. Let's go to post job, tags, D. Let's select this one. And if we do D again, it's not there anymore. I like that better, to be honest. Makes the list shorter and there is no confusion. If you see the item on the list but it's disabled, you might be thinking, why is it there? Why is it showing? Or at least that's my logic. So if you don't see it, that means it's already selected. So you can only select the ones that are not in the current list, like so. Do B again. Yep, the list is getting smaller. There. I kind of like that better. Okay, keep going, please. Keep going. I do want to get to the part where
and you'll see
we
that
style the dropdown.
Disabled. React day picker becomes disabled.
Yeah.
To add more than we need.
Yeah.
I know we can handle this with IDs, but I don't really want to. In case we add a package that we don't want, we want a handler, which will go. We're going to add a button inside of these tags.
Okay, we're going to the button now.
Handle, remove, tag. Yeah, that's fine. And say this is equal to ANFN, name.
Okay, I want to try and do this myself before he does it. So I want to try and do it myself, see if I can make it work, and then I'm going to go back and see how he did it and see if there is any differences, because I think I can figure it out. So I already have the button in the tag, I think. Yes, there is this button here that contains the remove batch and the SVG. So I don't know if I want the button to cover the entire batch. How should it work? I mean, if the button is the entire batch, that means that I can just click. Well, I can't. But basically, I could just click the entire. I can click on remove. I just have to give it like a. Hold on. Cursor pointer. Where is it? this SVG does have a class of, it doesn't. It doesn't? Wow. Oh, because remove batch is SR only. So this holy crap. Sorry. Oh, okay. So you can only click the X button. I was confused because I saw remove batch, but this is a screen reader only. So this button is just for the X. So that's fine. Okay. So I can use this. Let's go and create a handler first. Select tag, remove. Let's add another method here called remove tag. Equals. I don't have water. That's the problem. I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be right back because I can feel my throat closing down. 1 second. Be right back. I am back. Oh, delicious H2O, delicious water. Go away, thank you. No, go away. There. Wrong button, sorry. Ah, refreshing. Okay, music out. All right. That's much better. So, remove tag. This will take in, obviously, the tag that we want to remove. And let's see, how do we want to do this? Probably just filter, right? We can do a filter on the selected tags. And we can just keep all of the tags that do not match the one that we just clicked, meaning that we remove that one. Let's try that. So set selected tags, and we're going to need a new array for this, which will be selected, whatever we have in selected tags dot filter. This will take in the current iteration, so current tag. And here's where we do the checksum. Maybe we can use the ID, right? So tag.id, it's different that current tag.id. So my logic is run through all of the selected tags, and the filter method will only keep the ones where the result of this callback function is true. So only keep the ones that are not the same, that does not have the same ID as the one I just clicked. So that'll be the new array. So all of them minus the one I just clicked, therefore removing the tag. And then we just have to go down to the button here, and let's do an on click, then remove tag, and pass in the current tag. Let me format this button a little bit more. All the way, that's it? Okay, thanks so. Yeah, like so. All right, let's see if it works. Post a job, tags, let's select a couple. This one. Oh, what happened? Oh, come on. You were working before. Why? What happened? Is there an error or something? Oh yeah, lots of it. Let me restart this. Boom. Okay, so each child. Oh, key. You have to have a key. Really? Oh yeah. Which list are you referring to? Oh, the button. Oh, I guess we need to have a button. Okay. We haven't we are running a map here and we are rendering a bunch of spans and buttons. I think it's complaining because this one requires a key. I'm gonna put it in the button. If it doesn't work, I'll put it in the span instead. Tag ID. See if that works. Tags. Let's do D. Select that one. No, that didn't work. Each child in the list should have a unique key. Line 157. Okay. It's complaining about this one. So let's move this key up to here. To the span, which is the parent. It's the parent element in this map iteration. So that's probably it. I'm hoping that is the case. And let's format this too. All right. Let's see if you like it like this. Refresh. Tags D. And no. Did I fail? Okay, there are no errors now, but it's not selecting it anymore. Why? Is it going to complain because this button has the same tag ID as this span? Is that the problem? Seems to be the only thing that changed. I introduced a new tag, a new key for this element, but this element here also have the same tag ID, the same key, basically. Morning, nice day for fishing. Ain't it fishing? I don't know about that, but sure. How you doing, man? Thank you so much for joining me. So let's try and do this. I'm gonna make this scheme unique by just adding a prefix to it. For example, I'm gonna add a backtick here. Where was I? There. Add a backtick there. And another backtick there. And I'm going to call this results tag. And it's not liking it. Probably because I need to move this out here. Oh, and then the tag ID, hold on. This goes here. And then the tag ID, I just need to do a $sign, open curly bracket, and then close curly bracket for the escaping characters. You don't watch VLDL? Noted. No, I don't. I don't even know what that stands for. Viva la Dirt League? Nope. Not a sports guy, my friend. Well, it's a comedy channel. Can't recommend. Hmm. Comedy Viva la Dirt League. Hmm. I'll check it out. I don't. I'm not aware of it. Viva la Dirt League. Okay, so they're on YouTube. I'll look up. I look for them. I'm always down for a good comedy show. Let's see. So this is now results tag. Let's see if that alone will fix my problem. Restart this. Go down. Tags D. Select one. Nope. Why? Why did you stop working? Hmm. I'm gonna go and debug that select tags. I know this won't work right away. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, select tag, as you see, is just, yeah, adding, just basically creating a new array and adding the new one, but it's not doing anything right now, which is concerning. I'm gonna do this. Restart that and click here. Obviously, the first time it's an empty array. That's fine. How about the second one? Still an empty array. This was working. Oh my god. Why is that line screwing me up if I'm not even calling it? Remove, I don't call remove tag unless I click this button right here. Why is it not? Okay. Breathe. I'm gonna see what he's doing. What? Isn't supposed to be selected tags, original selected tags? What? Like I said, yeah, remove tag. I set it to be called when you click on this button right here. When you click on the X, which is this button, I am setting the on click to remove tag, and then I pass the tag from the selected tags list. Where? What do you mean there is your problem? I don't see where the problem is. How is this remove tag being called? Oh God Almighty. Okay, that was a good one. Yeah, of course. This is supposed to be an event, not a straight up call. I'm a dumbass. But you, my friend, are a genius. I'm better than IDE, not a familiar feeling in my case. This feels like deja vu somehow. But thank you. So on click, remove tag. Let's go back up. Can I do this? Oh, nice. I don't know why it thinks that you are. I will allow it. I don't know why it thinks that LMAO, it's swearing. Ooh, but I'll allow it. Guess because A stands for S, but sure. All right, so that is fine. Now it should work. Let's restart this. Tags, there you go. Add one. And then it's no longer in the list, but if I do the, ooh, this should go away if I click outside of it. We'll deal with that in a second. So if I click this and then do D again, there it is, back on the list. Awesome. All right. Now let's see how. Anyway, selected tag, the call to selected tags content should probably be the way I suggested about React wants you to extract the previous state the way, that way. Let me see, I didn't see that message. Am I not doing it that way? I think I am. I'm calling selected tags. And I am deconstructing the original selected tags. So all of the originals. Now the first parameter, why is that why is there a row a thing there? I don't really get it, but yeah, this seems to work fine. Like setting the value for selected tags using a new A newly created array with the deconstruction of the current selected tags plus 1. IIRC, what is that? Just in case you're not familiar with the acronym. I wasn't, but yeah, like I said, this seems to be working just fine. I'm just recreating the array every time I select a new tag. I'm just recreating a new array with the previous one plus 1. So what you're saying is this, make this a callback function and then pass this passing the previous value. So that's what you mean. Like use it as a callback function, pass in the original value, and recreate. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, yeah, makes sense actually. Alois Berger, hello, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining me, first time chatter. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so yeah, I probably should do it that way because that way I am sure that this value passed in is the actual current value of selected tags instead of using the outside value of it. It could cause a desynchronization of the tags, which I don't want. So yeah, this makes more sense. Looking at the current docs, they suggest to do what you had there. It's been a few years. I worked with React last. Oh, so they okay. Okay, so yeah. Maybe it was kind of redundant doing it this way, and they fixed it so that this version is like more shorthanded, but still working. And I think I am using React 18. I'm using the latest one, so shouldn't be an issue, right? Yeah. I like the way that this looks much better. So if it's not an issue, I'm gonna keep it like this. I see the point of having it the other way, but probably it was something in the old versions of React, which the best practice was to do it with the callback function. But probably some things changed and improved, and this looks much better. So I'm gonna keep it like this. Not an issue at all, and it works. So yeah, let me see how he handled the removing of the tags. See if we did something different.
So this is just going to take in a name of the tag.
No, I just taken the whole tag.
Inside of the function body, we'll say set tags.
Yeah.
And this is all we're going to do is we're going to say like whatever you remove, because these should be unique, really. I mean, technically, I guess the ID of each package is the name, since these should be unique since they're in the registry this way. So what we'll do is we'll say tags.filter.
Yep, that's what I did.
And we'll return a new tags array. And I am going to say package because if you defined it like I did, then tags are of type npm package. So for each package, if the package.name does not equal the name that gets passed in. So what this means is return a new array that contains all of the things of this array so long as they do not have the same name as the thing that we want to remove.
Did the same thing, but I used the ID instead. Fine.
So what that means is if I click on the X button that I'm going to add here, this will pass in the prop type's name to the handler.
He used an extra equal. That's like a strict equal.
Containing all the things except for those with this
but
name. So it's actually
not necessary in my case.
So let's go ahead and find a button to put going.
Yeah, it's gonna add the button. I already have it.
Tag, pass in this. Let me see. Can I pass in RxJS?
Yeah. And the remove tag.
Okay, so turns out I really need to figure out how to get that snippet to not always show curly braces, because the issue was that instead of making it an inline function, I made it a closed function. So
you don't see many devs using the prev state new state pattern. Okay, fair. Have last work with React, I think 16 several years. Why am I, dude, you're giving me like 16 years of information, 16 years old information? How you should know better. I'm kidding, of course. Okay, so yeah, he did the same thing.
So now
making mistakes all the way.
That is, ahead and add some more styling to this button because it kind of doesn't look too good. So we'll say
yeah. Styling the button, already did that.
For the new components, children cluttering everything down. Is of type React dot.
Yeah.
And inside of that span, we're going to pass in whatever children we use this.
I do like that idea of creating a tag component, like a subset component, like extract the tag into a component. I don't know if I want to do it right now. It's not about optimizing the code right now, but I do think it would be a good idea to take maybe this whole span here and turn it into a nested component called tag.
Gosh, this component has a wrapper for. Sorry. So let me just grab the, because we did that, and just paste that here. And then because we did that, now we can just use the tag in the space of the span.
Yeah.
Just say tag.
Just replace the span with the tag, yeah.
And now, like, the reason like this is also beneficial is because, like, you know, let's say you want to use tags and other components as well. So now you have like an easier way to access them. So yeah, there we go. So I don't want to have the search results always showing up like this.
Yeah, this is what I want.
As a, like,
yeah.
To create a state to indicate that there's that there are results that need to be shown. So let's go up to where we're defining our states, and over here we'll say const show results set show results.
Oh, like a boolean.
We'll set this state to false.
Okay, got it.
Cool. Or we'll initialize it to false. And
okay.
What we're gonna do.
Thank you so much for joining me, and cheers to you as well. Bye bye. Have a good one.
Basically going to have, let me think for a second. So we want to have two use effects here. And the first use effect is going
Use
to take
effect.
care of showing the result, and the other one's going to take care of turning it off. And there's a reason I'm doing it in two different steps, and I forget what that reason is right now. But
Cool.
Let's go through this. So the first use effect, what we're going to do is we're going to set show results as true.
Yeah.
If the search result, so if the packages.length is greater than 0.
Okay.
And we don't need a cleanup function for this, and we'll just say dependencies or packages. The next one is going to be the one that takes care of hiding it. So in this one, we're going to say if there is no query, and I'll just make this an inline if statement because there's no other condition, then we will set show results to false. And what that means is when we are typing something in, and if there are packages to show, then the pop-up will show up. If there's nothing in there, so if there's no query at all, then it'll just go away.
Okay.
So let's try
Makes sense.
So we type React, boom, shows up. Get rid of React. There we go. Okay, that was weird. Yeah, so if no query says show results false. Okay, so I guess packages were still rendering. So because of that, we need to actually have a ternary operator where the packages are rendering. So what we'll do is we'll say that if show results, so this will just make sure that like literally nothing shows up, right? Then, bro, come on now. There we go. Then that, well, tell you what, we'll do a div. Then that, and then otherwise, we'll just do an empty div, just for demonstration purposes.
Okay, let me see if I get it right. So the way that I'm doing it is I'm not using I'm not using a show effect. I'm just going for the length right away, which is one of the use effects that he. Okay, so I can do the same thing, but instead of using the length check here, I can use the state variable and just show a div, which is this one. Let's try that. And I'm working with selected, no, that's selected tags actually. Actually, no, that's just for the, I'm using that for the selected tags, not for the results. Okay. Got it, got it, got it. All right, let's make that state variable first. This I don't need. Let's make it const show results, set show results. Use state and false. Plus, sure, false. So we have that. Now we're going to use we're going to do a use effect. Where can we put that? Well, let's put it here. Use effect. How is that written again? Callback function and the dependencies. So it's like this. And the dependencies. In this case, the dependencies for setting this to true is the packages. So not packages. In my case is search results, right? Yeah, search results. Okay, so is this going to cause a problem? Because this is not a use state variable. Huh. We'll see. We'll see. Let's just try it. So use effect. So he's doing the first use effect to set show results to set show results to search results dot length is greater than 0. Search results. Hmm. I don't know if that's going to work. If that's going to work. So let's go ahead and try it. We go down to the search results rendering. How did he do that? So just using search results and then return something. Wait. Show results. Hey, Sia Films. Hello, I am doing great. How are you doing today? I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. I'm glad you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining me again. So, show results. If I do it like this, can I do something? No, that's JSX. Can I open another one? Something like this. That's great. Awesome, dude. I'm glad it's working out. Water. So I can maybe do this. And then maybe I can move all of this to here. Can I do that? No, I can't. It's going great. I mean, I feel a bit more comfortable with it. I still get stuck from time to time. Like right now, I'm just trying to conditionally render a map based on show results. I guess I could instead. So yeah, small things that just trip me over, but it doesn't feel as frustrating as it was in the beginning. So progress. I guess I have to do a ternary operator here.
And
Let me see.
bro, come on now. There we go. Then that, well,
It is, yeah, very much object oriented. So everything that you do on on Laravel, it's either on an instance of an object or via facades, which is facades are basically just uh, static static objects. I don't know if you're familiar. The ones that you just reference the class name and then two columns and then whatever function you need. So that's the facade concept, where you don't have to instance an object to use it. It's the what's it called? I forget the name. Yeah, it can, but the good thing is that they take that away from you. They do the boilerplate for you so that you just have to use all of the classes and objects and facades that that you need to create what you're creating. So all of the boilerplate is on the framework side. You just have to use it. Service container. So the service container takes care of figuring out what object is the facade linked to. But yeah, it is object oriented 100%. And you just use instances of objects like controllers, models, and then you also use facades for interacting with different different things within the framework: requests, authorization requests, etc. I said requests, never mind. But yeah, very much object oriented.
So we'll do a div, then that, and then
Oh, okay. So I do. All right, let's back it up a little. I need to do this with show results and show JSX, have a div as a parent, and then just move the map in here. Like that. Okay, so that means that if there are search results, I should be able to see them based on the state variable. See if I broke something. I did. Cannot access search results before initialization. Ah, I knew it. Hold on. Maybe I can solve that by moving the use effect after this code snippet here. So maybe I can just take this, move it down. Do you like that? Yes. Okay. So I can't use or reference search results down here in the use effect because it has not been initialized. Makes sense. All right, so if I do this, yeah, there you go. Now we are seeing this list based on the state object. And it goes away when there is no search results. I don't remember doing that. Hold on. Oh yeah, because I do every time the object re-renders, search results goes back to nothing and only gets filled in if I have results based on what I'm writing. Okay, makes sense. Which means that this use effect is going back to false when the search term goes to an empty string, when it comes back around and re-renders. Now, DO, yeah, that's fine. All right, cool. Cool beans. Now let's take care of the other use effect that he was talking about, where the, okay, so I don't think I need to do that one though. I think this, with only one use effect, the set show results is going to be toggled back between true and false every time there's a re-render. So I don't think I need the second one. The second use effect is based on the query string. If there is no query string, then set show results to false. But since that condition also sets the length of the search results to an empty array, that means that I don't really need the second one. I'm going to do it like that. Just ignore that second use effect that he is using to set the search result state variable to false.
And otherwise, we'll just do an empty div.
Oh, otherwise. No, I'm not doing otherwise. I'm just doing something different.
Just for demonstration purposes. So
yeah,
React, get rid of React. There we go.
Yeah. Works the same way.
Now, let's also clean that up because I don't like the way that pop-up looks. So what we're going to do, inside of this div, we'll add some classes. So class name. So I want the pop-up to be like one of those pop-ups that, like, wherever you scroll, it'll kind of like stick right underneath it.
Okay.
And the way we're going to do that is we're going to make this div have a be absolute and absolutely positioned.
Okay.
I'm going to give it a z index of 10. So just
now, he's going to have problems with this because he's setting that div as absolute, but there is no other parent div as relative. So I'm guessing he's going to have an issue with that. So I can choose to follow along right now or just wait until he solves that issue. I think I'm going to go with the second one.
high enough so that it sticks above everything else, but
Yeah.
not high enough that it
That's fine. That's fine.
the nav bar, which I think is like Z50. And then we'll give it a width of full.
Okay.
And inside of this div, we're, dude, whoa, that was weird. Okay, let's try that again. So inside of that div,
I can relate.
we will import that card that
Oh.
we installed earlier, like so.
I did install that. That's a ShatCN card.
So now,
actually, I'm going to do that right now before anything else. So that'll be in, where is that? This is the rendering of the button. This is the div that he's styling as absolute. So below this div, I'm actually going to use that card. Card from components UI card. And just put the mapping, right? Yes, just grab all of this and put it inside the card. Like so. Let's see how that looks. Blip. Bloop. It even looks nice as is. You see the rounded, well, kind of, that's just the buttons actually. I think those are the buttons. No, the buttons have no. Okay, so there is like a background surrounding the buttons, but I don't know if it's gotta be. I don't know if that background is from the button itself or the button is transparent. I guess I could figure it out by just giving. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna leave it like that for now. See, and just leave him continue because that absolute value is going to screw him over.
Now when we come in here and we type React, there you go. Nice little card. Looks like trash because we need to add some classes.
Yeah, see?
Say class name, and we'll give it a margin.
That card goes out of the screen.
Underneath, there we go. We'll give it a max height of 60.
Okay. I I can do that? I can do that. Well, he has a lot more than me. But I am going to give it a max height. Class name. I am going to need that. So max h of, I'm actually not going to be 60. How much is 60? 60 is 250 pixels. Can I go like 50 or 40? I hate it when you lose auto completion. Max h of about 50. That's 20 pixels. I'm gonna go with 50. Do I have 50? I don't have 50. Max H about 40. I have 40, 48. 192, 176. I'm gonna go with 160 pixels. Max H 40. See how that looks. I don't know if it's going to work like this. It does, kinda. No, it doesn't. It's just extending to, because it's not absolute. It's just extending. Actually, no, it did work. Look, there is this Delorum option is going out of it. Okay, so it did work. Max height, it's keeping it until here. And then let's keep going, because then we still need to make it scrollable. Thank you.
Arbitrary number. There we go. We'll make it so that it doesn't overflow the way it's overflowing. So we'll do width full, and we'll say overflow
Y
auto.
auto. Okay, that's the one I want. So with full, that one I do need. Overflow X, overflow Y, actually, auto. Is it doing anything with the overflow X?
So now it's stuck at that 60, and we'll give it a overflow of X of
hidden. Yes.
Save.
Overflow X hidden. Cool. All right.
That. Interesting. Oh, you know what? It's because
Relative.
To wrap this.
Yes.
So
that's the thing.
Some divs up here. So why am I doing it like that? Say div dot. There we go. So we'll give this a margin top of 1, flex width full, flex call, items center, text small, and then
Wait. So that's a wrapper to a wrapper. Yes, because that's not the relative one. Let's create that one. So there is going to be another div here. And that div is going to wrap this other div. Like so. Not that. 1 6 up. 1 6 up. There we go. So remove that. So this is absolute. This is the wrapper to both the relative and absolute. So let's give this the class names that he just did, which are margin top. I don't need a margin top. Or maybe I do. Margin top 1. Flex with full, flex call. Flex with full. I'd rather just put all of the flexes in one place. Flex call with full. Item center. Text small. Like that. All right, keep going.
Yeah. I'm going to move that div in a second. Next one is relative with the full.
There it is.
And
So
The
just
last one is
relative
a
and with full and another one.
with a
Okay, hold on. So there is then one more div. Which encapsulates this. That's 16 down. So let's put this div inside that other div. Why did you do that? Leave that alone. So there is this div, which is the wrapper of both. Then this is the relative div. Goes here. Let's add a class name to that. Dude, stop moving around. Class name relative with full. Right. And if I remember correctly, that other div, where's the other div? Where's the absolute? Oh, there is the absolute one right there. Absolute C10 with full. Just so I don't forget. Class name, absolute C. I don't know if I need that Z value, but let's use it. And then with full. All right. And then one more div.
with a full, and when it's small, a margin bottom of 2.
Okay. So one more. What? Class name. Thank you. What was that? With full and on small margin bottom of 2. What's that? Okay, cool. So this should wrap this one like so. So we have a wrapper with a margin top of 1 so that it's separated from the input, which is right above it. It's a flex column. It's a flex column. So like that. Item center, small text with full. Then the relative one, which is a with full, which will extend to this parent here. And then another one with a with full and a margin bottom on small devices. And then the absolute one, which extends to the full length of the relative one, which should be contained by the parent. And that one, which one is, oh, the card itself has an overflow hidden on Y, sorry, auto on Y, hidden on X. How does that look, by the way? Okay, so let's just keep watching.
So for these two closing tags, actually, tell you what, I'm going to move this closing tag over underneath this input.
Do what? Do that again. That's the relative, the one below relative. So this one. That encompasses what?
Two closing tags. Actually, tell you what, I'm going to move this closing tag over underneath this input.
Do what? Where's the input? You just screw me over like no, you have no idea. Okay. So what? Okay, so let's walk that back. Right now, the width full with a margin bottom of 2 it's self-closing here. Then we have another closing one, which is for the relative. And then the other one, which is the flex with full, is covering the div. It's covering the input. You mother. Okay.
And then these two,
I can't see it with that. Holy
all the
mother
way
of God, what are you doing?
at the bottom, like so. Save that.
Why would you do it like that? Now I'm lost. Dude, why? So card div, and then two more divs. I hate you so much. Card div, and then two more divs. But he just, so he basically created a hierarchy of divs outside the input, and the way that he closed them completely lost me. Like, watch this. Or maybe I'm just dumb. Let's watch that again because I was lost. So, okay, let's do it the way that he's doing it. There is one div, this margin top, it's just above the input for the query. So the input in my case is this one. Right? Okay, so oh my God. So I'm going to take this. Delete that line and put it here. Obviously, I need to take that div here, delete it, and paste it. Okay. So that's one div. All right.
Yeah. I'm going to move that div in a second. Next one is relative.
Then the relative one. Uh-huh.
And
but see, right now I'm getting lost because of that indentation. You should indent right away. So now let's bring the relative one. Delete that. Put it here. And then bring the closing one. And put it here. And let's start fixing this indentation, by the way. So move this one, two, there. Okay. So we have two divs. Fine. Keep going.
the last one is a
Then 1/3 div
with a
with full.
And when it's small.
Okay. So that one is this one. Okay. So delete. I hate you when you do that. Delete that and put it here. And then bring the closing one right below it. Fix indentation here. 14 down, maybe? Yes. There. All right, so we have that. Cool.
Bottom of 2. Cool. So
this is where he lost me.
These two closing tags.
Okay.
Actually, tell you what. I'm going to move this closing tag over underneath this input.
That one, that is a, like, I don't know, super weird maneuver. So he's moving the closing tag of the inner one just below the input. So just taking this one and moving it here. All right. And then
these two.
take the last two, which is this and this.
We're going to move them all the way at the bottom.
Just below that closing div, which is right after the card in the div. So, okay. So take this two, delete them from here all the way to this div. So after the div that closes the card, paste those two. Dude, what? Obviously, I have problems. Oh yeah, super fun. Not at all. JSX, man. It's it has its quirks. I will tell you that. Now I have to figure out what's going on and why this is not closing. So basically this text input goes all the way here. And now this div my goodness gracious. Div. Oh my god. So this is fine. This is not. So this whole thing, maybe I need to move this two out of this closing bracket because of how I'm doing it, not with a ternary operator. I think that's a problem. Yeah, stop screaming when I do that, which is fine. So that means that this div, this whole thing here, I need to move 1, 2. You put it outside the closing? Okay. Okay, so yeah, but the way that he did it, it lost me absolutely, because he take two tags which were miles high and just arbitrarily put them in a place where I could not follow. So yeah, it was hard to follow. That I would say it was a little hard to follow. I guess that's on me. So so this div, this div, this div closes here, and then this div closes here, and then this div closes there. I guess that's fine. I guess I'll have to go and see. Let's see, go here, refresh. I guess it kind of works. Let's see. Tags, D. No, yeah, it worked. Okay. That was sketchy, but we did it. So now we have like a nice drop down, and I think he has a solution for this, which looks absolutely horrible. And I think his solution is from Preline. He's doing, I saw this the first time I watched the video. So I think I know how to do it. But let's watch him do it.
Like so. Save that. There we go. Nice.
Okay, we
So
had the same
now it's
results.
Nice and contained.
Awesome.
So I think there's just one more thing for this that
Yeah,
have
yeah.
this copy pasta from
So yeah,
Preline,
some copy paste from
library.
Preline,
So
right?
you can check them out. Just preline.co, I think.
Uh-huh.
So,
But where are you putting it?
For that, what we're gonna do is, I forgot where these go, to be honest. Right here. So in this card.
In the card. Okay. So he's just gonna paste a bunch of code. So I'm gonna go and look for that and put it in the card. It's going to look horrible, I know, but the end result will be fine. So let's go to preline.co and let's see if we can find that. Samples, no, documentation. Avatar badge button card, list, Scroll bar somewhere. There's got to be a scroll bar here. See if I can find it. Scroll bar. Custom scroll bar. Here we go. Okay, that's the code to get this. Is there a different one? Okay, yeah, this one is for a rounded one with nice colors. So let's take, this is the code here. Boy, is this going to be awful. Copy that, come back here, and put it in the cart right here. Boom. Horrendous. And there are some conflicts. Yeah, it's fascinating, I know. Why is there some complaining? Max width, max height. Ah, this too. I guess I can just remove this because I already have one. And also the Y auto is repeated. So let's remove it. Hidden. And now let's fix all of this crap. I'm gonna move this class name down here. And just indent this a bit better so it's not awful. Maybe like that. There you go. Does it look good? That's the question. And it does. So yeah. I get the tailing wet, but not this. Well, look. We get a nice looking scroll bar that doesn't look horrible at the price of a long list of classes. And they're not that bad to look at after the fact. And the good thing is that you could probably maybe, if you wanted to, just take all of this crap, put it in the CSS file under a class name, and just do an apply. Oh, sorry, I was reading the last one. At this point, I would have probably extracted to a custom CSS, so read my mind. So yeah, it's one way to do it. If you don't want to see it here, just take it out of the template, put it on the CSS file, do an apply, and bada bing, bada boom. Look at this, man. We have a tag input. We can remove things. They go back in the list. It's not closing on click outside. We should do that. How can we do a click outside? It's not obviously not entirely user friendly. Like that is super, like I can't navigate it with the mouse, sorry, with the keyboard. Like if I do tab, this goes to the input below it. I can't close it when clicking outside, so it's not perfect. But it works. If you don't remember, this was right now is just a tags input for me to be able to put tags on job posts. As a whole, the project is just a small job posting website where you can create, update, delete, and show a list of job postings based loosely on ladder jobs, but done in React, so I can learn. Right now, it's just this tags input that was giving me a headache the whole time. And now it's there. Is he doing anything else? Check. Scrolling bars, adding a ref. What is a ref for? I think he's going to solve the click. Oh my god, clicking outside. So that's what the ref is for.
Go ahead and copy those in. Behave a little bit more like a drop down for the drop down to close. What I mean by that is right now, if I type in something and then I click away from this, it doesn't close it.
Exactly.
I have to actually select something for the drop down to close. Additionally, there's like other things like from accessibility perspective, like
Accessibility.
through this. If I hit escape, like that's my normal intuition is I assume that if I'm using a keyboard and I'm not clicking away, I should be able to hide this pop-up by hitting escape, which is not the case. So let's go ahead and add that functionality in there.
Okay.
So first
That's a
thing we
good
want to
idea.
do, we need to create a ref for this whole component because we want to make it so that if you click outside of the component, then the React component should be able to capture that click and know whether or not you clicked in it or out. And based on that information, it will determine whether or not it should close it in response to that click. So let's go ahead and add this in here. So underneath the show results state, geez, what am I saying? The state variable. We'll go ahead and declare const search ref equals use ref. Go ahead and import this from the React package. And
what is he
this ref is
referencing?
going to be of type HTML div element.
Okay.
And it's going to be initialized as null because this doesn't exist when the component first mounts. It only exists after it renders. So then down in our return statement, this outer part of the component, this div, we're going to add the ref, search ref. So now we
hold up. Which one is that?
know where to assign this reference.
Oh, the entire thing. Why the... Oh, okay. So, because he is doing this, he's creating both the selected tags, the input, and the results. He's doing that in like a contained component. So the search ref or the ref that he's creating is actually encompassing the entirety of that. I'm not doing that. So I think what I'm going to have to do, let me think. I can create an href probably at the top of this component, which is the form. And I can create a ref to the div that contains both the label. Where is it? I can create a ref to this div, maybe. So that will be similar to what he's doing. So create a ref to this encompassing div. Seems weird, but all right.
So now that that's assigned, what we can do is underneath the search ref, where to go? There we go. We're going to define a new function and we're going to call it const handle click outside. Okay. And this is going to run on mouse events. Oh, not with an S. There we go. So anytime a mouse events runs, well, not anytime. Well, actually, yeah, I guess anytime. So what we're going to do is a very, very simple if search ref dot current. So if the search ref exists, and if the search ref dot current dot contains, so the current would be like an array of like all the elements, and then contains event dot target as node. So
hold on. Let me see if this. Let me see if I can understand this. search ref will refer to the div that contains the label, well, basically everything in that input group. The label, the list of selected tags, the input itself, and the search results. So if I click in a place, I don't understand the current, search ref current. But the second part is if it's not, if the search, okay, if it is an object, that's just if it has been assigned, I guess. If it has something to reference, and if that's something that it's referencing doesn't contain what I just clicked on.
If the search ref does not contain, that's what the exclamation point in front means. This means
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not true. So without it, this would say if it contains it. But we want to say if wherever we clicked does not contain what is supposed to be inside of the search ref, meaning outside of the search ref, then we're going to set the query to an empty string.
Okay.
And we're going to set show results to false.
Got it.
Cool. Now, this is not going to work for the obvious reason that we're not actually using it anywhere. So let's go ahead and fix that. Underneath this, let's just add a use effect. And in this use effect, we'll say we need to access the window object. So we'll say window. Now, I am not a fan of adding event listeners to when you're using React components, strictly because most of the time you have access to event listeners when they're within components. That's not the case with the window though, because the React is scoped inside of the DOM. So in order to actually add event listeners, you have to access the window object directly.
Okay.
And also, this won't work with server components. You would have to, well, I don't know if this will work with server components or not. I'll have to double check that. But
okay, fair.
We'll put a pin in that for now. So
And it will stay there.
Listener called not key down. Well, let's add key down for now.
For the escape?
I'm going to comment this one out because we're going to get back to this in a second.
Fine.
Because we're going to add one for the escape key.
Okay, figured.
So what we're going to do instead is we're going to say window.add event listener mouse down. Actually, tell you what, we'll do document instead of window. That way we're only focusing on the DOM and not everything else in the window.
Fine.
And we'll say handle click outside. Okay. So what this is going to do is we're adding an event listener to mouse down. So whenever the mouse is clicked, this event is listening for it. And it will run handle click outside whenever we click. So let's go ahead
the
and
dependencies.
See what that looks like. I'm just going to comment out the return statement and get rid of this random third thing. There we go. And in here,
wait, why did you do that?
We'll say React
every time.
Click outside.
Oh, so if there is no dependencies, it's gonna run every time there is a. So every time. So that means that happened, and the event listener has been. Is he adding an event listener constantly on every? Does use effect runs every tick or like multiple times? Because if that's the case, that document add event listener is just constantly adding an event for the mouse down. I don't know if that's a good idea or not.
And it closes it out. However, excuse me. However, we don't want this event listener to stay there forever because this is accessing the document directly. If we navigate away from this page, this event listener stays there.
Okay.
Which we don't want. We want this function to be removed when the component unmounts. So when the component's no longer available.
Okay.
So to do that, we'll just copy this, paste it there, and we'll say instead of document add event listener, we'll
remove.
Say document remove event listener. And we save that. And there we go. So now, same thing as before, click away and it closes. However, there's an issue because if I am using the accessibility version of this, well, let's pretend like I don't have a mouse, right? Mouse does not exist. I have no way to close this. So let's go ahead and
Okay, let's stop there then. I think I kind of get everything that he did. Let's see if I can replicate it from memory. And if I can't, I'll have to go back and rewatch this. So first things first, we need a ref. So let's go up here. And I already forgot. Jesus Christ. There. So const. Let's just call it search ref. Tag ref. Tags ref. Let's call it tags ref. We use ref. The initial value, which is okay. We do need to type it, I guess. HTML object, was it? Div element. Div element. And the initial value is going to be null. Right. And then down in the div, we're going to use a div in this case. Where is it? Tags. There is the tag input. Where's the tag input? It's the selected one. Text input. So the div, this div here. Ref. And the ref is tags ref. Is that how it's done? Yes. I think that's how it's done, right? Go back a few steps.
component this div. We're going to add the ref, search ref.
Good. Okay. Let's move forward. And then look at the click outside thing. The handle click outside event, mouse event. If search current and search contains event target as node. Okay. Where do we put it? Let's put it here with the rest. Const handle click outside. What is this? Why are you complaining? Oh, I'm not using TypeScript. Cool. Then I won't use it. If target, no, E, target, was it? No. If tags ref dot current and tags ref, how I call it? Yeah, tags ref current contains, it contains or includes, contains event.target. I guess I can't do as node because that is TypeScript. Yes. So if that's the case, that means I have to set search to an empty string. And what was the other one? Oh, I guess let's do it anyway. I was thinking that if I set this to an empty query string, that in turn will eventually set the search results to an empty array, and therefore will set the show results state variable to false. So technically, I just need to set the search value to an empty string. Technically. But I'm going to do both. Set search show results to false. Just to be safe. Okay. Now we just need to do the handling of this, which was a use effect. Find it on by the other one, the other use effect, which was, where was it? Right up there. So I guess I can move this up. I'm going to use it there. So I'm going to put it here just so I can put both use effects in the same place. Use effect. Now this one has an interesting snippet, which is a return callback function that is going to run when the component is not mounted or it's not available. Dependencies empty. All right. So the next step is to add an event listener for the mouse down on the document. And pass handle, click outside. Okay, yeah, I remember this. So document, add event. Wow. Add event listener on mouse down. Handle, click outside. And then here I do document. Ooh, not that. Document dot remove event listener. One mouse down, was it? With the handle event click. Handle click outside. Sorry. Just checking my spelling there. So technically with just that, I should be able to click outside the input and have it closed on its own. And it's broken. Of course it's broken. Function components cannot have string refs. What? we recommend using useRef instead. Oh, I'm not using TypeScript, so I just have to use this, useRef. All right. Try it out. So that opens, click outside, does nothing. Cool. God dang it. Is this even happening? Handle click outside. Handle click outside. Event. Let's do a console log here. Console log. Clicked outside. Nope. Not happening. Hmm. Let me check something. I do remember having seen some ref thingies in the text input. So I'm going to check how they're doing this. Const local ref, use ref, use imperative handle, ref focus, local ref current focus. Use imperative handle. Hmm. And then this forward ref thing. I guess this is going to be a lot more involved, isn't it? Let me think. Let me think. The it'll be a lot of work, but one thing that I could do is just mimic how this is using the forward ref, which I would have to read about because I don't know what that does. It's from React. So read about forward ref, move everything that I have currently for that tags input, including the whole div that contains the input group, move that into its own component like the guy on the tutorial is doing. And use forward ref function, and let's call it tags input, pass in all the props, etc. And use a ref here. And then just mimic how they're using local ref like this, and then read about use imperative ref. See if I can somehow do the event the document.add event listener somewhere in this imperative handle, and then handle the use effect when it's clicked outside or not focused, something similar to this. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to go over one more episode. Man, this just for one tax input that is actually usable and accessible. So much work. But I guess it will pay off. I guess I can, at the end of the day, I will have like a nice component that I can reuse anywhere else. If I ever go back to React and I need a tax component, I'll have it on my repertoire. So I guess it's worth it. Anyway, we have a somewhat working component. It looks nice. We have it on a nice drop down, and we can select and we can remove, etc., etc. Now we just need to make it accessible with the handle outside and escape keys, which will require me to take all of this from here to here and just put that in its own component and handle the referencing, handle the refs and the events in a correct way. And we're going to do that next episode. And also I'm going to prepare for having all of these tags sent to the server and being added to the post on create and update. So I guess if the component creation doesn't take long enough, we can do that in one go. If not, we probably have to split that into another episode. So I won't be creating the new project before Christmas, which is a bummer. All right. Anyway, thank you so much. We're going to stop here. Thank you so much for joining me. I guess I'll see you again on this same project on Friday. Sorry about that. And as always, if you found any of this helpful, don't forget to click the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, follow me on Twitch if you're not doing so already, and I'll see you in the next one. And stay on, if you're on Twitch, stand by, we're going to rate someone, which is always fun. Let's see who is on today. Yeah, same place. Let's go to Muhuros. All right then. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day, and I'll see you on Friday. Bye.